Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Lamb. I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at Miele. Welcome, bienvenue, and willkommen. And happy Earth Day to all of you out there. We're really glad to be here with you as many of you are remaining safe at home during this very critical time that we're all facing. But we want to make sure that we are providing you with the information that you have actually been asking us for here at Miele. Through Miele Live, we're going to cover off questions you have about products that you have in your home, products that you are actually interested in buying, and for some of you have also asked us, what are the current services Miele is providing? And through Miele Live, we're going to provide you this information. We're going to cover a vast variety of topics. Hopefully many of you have already joined us in past weeks to learn about our dishwashers, our Miele laundry machines and how to best take care of your clothes, Miele cooking products, how to get the best results out of your convection oven, your combination steam oven, induction cooking. Pour ceux d'entre vous qui ont demandé pour des sessions en français, on travaille actuellement d'avoir des sessions pour vous dans les semaines qui viennent. Miele Live is completely interactive. We really strongly encourage you to engage with us as you're watching this session now. We're taking questions live, so if you've logged in through your YouTube account, make sure that you leave your questions in the comments section there. Or if you're watching us on mielelive.ca, there's a comment section box at the bottom on the bottom corner. Be sure to leave those comments. We're going to try to get to as many questions as we can live as we go through this session. But for those of you who we aren't able to answer, we will be sure to leave your answer in the comment section, or if your question's a bit more detailed, we'll be sure to answer those through email directly to you. So today, to kick off Earth Day, we're going to start off with a product category that's very near and dear to our heart is Miele dishwashers. We have our product expert, Mike. Mike, welcome.
Thank you, Kelly.
Really excited to have you here to talk about Miele dishwashers, and more particular today, we're going to delve a little bit deeper into making sure the dishwasher operates at its optimum. Before we kick that off, do you maybe mind talking a bit about, since it is Earth Day, and at Miele we're really focused on sustainability, maybe talk about Miele dishwashers on the topic of sustainability.
Oh, okay. Where do I begin? For those of you who are not familiar with Miele as a company, sustainability is right at the top of our pyramid, I would say, of core fundamental principles. And that is absolutely extended into our entire dishwasher lineup. When you talk about sustainable dishwasher or dishwashing, immediately what comes to mind is a dishwasher that runs efficiently, not only from a water consumption point of view, but also energy efficiency. And every single one of our domestic Miele dishwashers have earned the badge of Energy Star rated appliance here in Canada. And so just keep that in mind from a water consumption perspective. The dishwasher can run effectively between 7 liters of water consumption all the way up to the most you'll ever use on our entry-level machines is 13.5 liters. Just to put that into perspective, when you run your tap at home, your tap is running at a flow rate of anywhere between 4 to 6 liters per minute. So the dishwasher you see here, our classic dishwasher, will never use more than 13 liters, of the equivalent of running your tap for 2.5 minutes. So amazing, and you extrapolate that out over the period of 12 months, and the amount of water you actually save by running your dishwasher is quite astounding. Another thing we pride ourselves on is being able to wash dishes and not having to pre-rinse those dishes. So that takes water efficiency to another level. And then from an energy consumption perspective, our kilowatt hour usage is amongst the lowest in the class. And we do that with balancing of performance.
So Mike, beyond just actually the performance and running of the dishwasher, at Miele, when we talk about sustainability, we even look beyond that into things like packaging, as an example.
Yeah, so every dishwasher that comes from factory is packaged in material that's often recyclable, biodegradable, and meant obviously to be as least impactful from an energy imprint or footprint on just overall impact to the environment. So we use wood, cardboard, and a lot of recycling materials when we do ship our dishwashers, having to balance obviously the fact that we're having to protect these things as we transit them around the planet.
And I guess lastly, in regards to sustainability, which kind of leads naturally into the topic you're going to dive into, is keeping these machines for as long as possible out of landfill and making sure that it's working for a long time in people's homes, which really lends itself to maintaining the dishwasher itself.
I'd say, Kelly, that's the truest point here from a sustainability and impact perspective on the environment. When you're building appliances, ultimately the goal should not be to build a disposable appliance. We want to build an appliance that gives you twice the average lifespan. We're looking at 2 decades worth of use. And so that ultimately is the best for the environment over time, is keeping that product out of the landfill. And so that's our dedicated commitment to the design of each and every one of our appliances, is exactly that, 2 decades worth of service.
So Mike, let's dive then into really helping our customers. What's the best way to maintain, and tips and tricks that you have for them to make sure that their dishwasher continues to run for a long, long time?
Yeah, some of you may be thinking, why clean a dishwasher? Well, that's a good question. But dishwashers are, by nature, our dishwashers are designed to self-clean and clean as you go. But inevitably, because they are handling amongst the most soiled materials in your home, food, organic material, grease, and also the potential for limescale deposits to occur over time. Depending also on the consumables that you're running from a detergent point of view in your machine, you may find over time that your dishwasher may pick up deposits, etc., around the seals inside the dishwasher. And so it's necessary to keep your dishwasher running for those 2 decades that you input a little bit of maintenance on a bit of an interval basis to keep your machine running tip-top. Now, some of the things we're going to talk about are, what are some of the products that we can use? Obviously, we recommend Miele Care Collection. We've designed the Care Collection to run hand in hand with all our dishwashers. And we'll talk about specific products that you can use to help you on that maintenance side. Now, when you open a Miele dishwasher, we're going to talk about this as well. We're going to talk about getting your door to stay exactly where you place it. We'll get to that in a minute, but we're going to dive into how you can keep your Miele dishwasher clean and free of soil or staining. So the dishwasher is obviously the tub is full stainless steel, high-grade stainless steel, and again, is meant to self-clean, especially when you're using Miele dish tabs for every cycle. Having said that, like I said earlier, you may have deposits form over time. And so we have a dishwasher conditioner product that we recommend using, depending on how much you use your dishwasher, roughly about 6 to 8 times a year. I would say even if you do it twice a year, you're going to get amazing results from this. And that's typically what I would run at my house, but a smaller household for sure. You would just take the tab off this dishwasher conditioner, run it in the middle basket upside down after removing the tab, and running this on a normal program, closing the door. And this will, in essence, revitalize the seals, clean the innards of the machine, the pump mechanisms, the stainless steel within as well, without being so caustic as to cause harm to plastic bits, the racking, etc. So this achieves great cleaning results without affecting negatively the equipment inside your dishwasher, the racks, the cutlery tray, for example. So this is a great solution for running on intervals. Now, let's say in between those wash cycles, if you still find yourself wanting to give you the experience of basically getting a nice emotional blast of scent when you open your dishwasher, we have this green tea and lime scented freshener that essentially hangs off the side of your dishwasher in the middle basket. So this is usually good for about 60 washes and available also on our Miele web shop, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. Now, getting back to the cleaning bit, we've recommended this dishwasher conditioner product. Some people will say you don't need it, and the truth is as a replacement, some people will suggest running vinegar, perhaps.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot from customers. Is it the best thing to run vinegar through it?
Yeah, so vinegar is a good household cleaner. It's organic in its nature, obviously, but it's quite caustic. It's very acidic, and it's just like a notch or two above sulfuric acid from a pH level point of view. And so if you're in a bind, you really need to clean your dishwasher out. Some people would suggest throwing or putting a cup of vinegar in the middle basket and then running the dishwasher on a hot long load pots and pans cycle perhaps, or a clean machine cycle. But I wouldn't recommend doing that over an interval basis or on a regular maintenance program, just because of the acidity in vinegar. And so that's why we recommend a special formulation dishwasher conditioner that is acidic in nature, but not so much so as it will cause damage over time. Baking soda is another household product that some people recommend running in your dishwasher to get at specifically odors. And if you have odors in your dishwasher, we're going to show you some of the things that you can do to just check on that and make sure that you're running your Miele dishwasher optimally. But baking soda, not as caustic. You can run it in the middle basket of your dishwasher. Results may vary, but it's good at getting out some odors from your machine over time. You would put that in the middle basket in a dish and run a normal program. And generally you won't do a heck of a lot of harm to your machine over time. So what about odors? Why do you have odors building up inside of a dishwasher? Doesn't even necessarily need to be a Miele, but if you are speaking about the Miele dishwasher, I would just ask that you check the bottom of your Miele dishwasher to make sure that you're not getting pooling happening. And if you are, then that's pointing to a different topic, and we'll address that here in a minute. So I would recommend removing this bottom basket. This kind of wheels out. And now we're looking at the bottom of the Miele dishwasher, and we would remove the bottom spray arm. The bottom spray arm in the G6000 EcoFlex lineup, excuse me, pops straight off. It's just a friction clip. And so you would remove this bottom spray arm, and then also while you have the spray arm out, it's a great opportunity to actually wash your spray arm. Now you would wash this in your sink under running water. You could use maybe a little bit of dish soap. And the other thing I would recommend is getting at the actual holes in the spray arm so that you're freeing up any coarse material that may have formed inside the spray arm over time. So,
and Mike, what would I use to actually get into those holes? Is it really anything sharp, small that would actually fit in?
I mean, immediately a toothpick comes to mind.
Okay.
And I would certainly recommend using that and just cleaning out this bottom spray arm. And just keep in mind the bottom spray arm also has holes on the bottom as well. And so you just clean this under your tap, make sure that the holes are free and clear. And now we're going to address the pooling in the bottom of the dishwasher. So the filter system on every Miele dishwasher is a three-stage filter, basically filtering out coarse material. And I'm just going to show you how you would release the filter system. And of course, all of this is in the manual, so you can refer back to your owner's guide for the instructions that I'm about to show you. So the filter system is turned counterclockwise, so it's unlocked. And then you would essentially pull this filter system out. Now, this should be done regularly. I would say on intervals of about 3 months, more if you're using the dishwasher twice a day, I would say. But with average usage, I would recommend getting in there about once every 3 months. Now, the filter has 3 stages, this fine mesh filter, a second filter, and then a coarse material filter as well. And so this wants to be cleaned under running water, also in your tap, and you can, by unclasping the locking mechanism, get in here. And oftentimes what you'll find in here can be a bit of a surprise, but you may find lettuce leaves that are hard to break down, sometimes broken glass, and hence why I would recommend before you even start this whole procedure, you're using rubber gloves just to avoid any cuts from perhaps a shard of glass that has made its way into your filter system. So get this out, run this under hot water in your sink, maybe use a little bit of dish soap to get at this, degrease this whole mechanism, and close that up and just put this aside for now. Now, why is that pooling happening in the bottom of the dishwasher? In the bottom of all our dishwashers is a non-return valve. And so to get at this non-return valve, you would want to pop it off, and it is user serviceable. So we would just recommend, again, wearing rubber gloves, hitting this tab and pushing to the center of the filter system, and then lifting it out of place. Now this is the non-return valve. Inside is a ball that seats on a gasket, and this needs to be free and clear of debris as well. So this would be lifted out of place and cleaned under your faucet as well, under hot water, using maybe some soap. Oftentimes you'll find with pooling of a dishwasher, this ball is not seating, allowing wastewater to come back into the cabinet. And so you would often find a pistachio shell.
Cherry pit.
Cherry pit is a good one, a toothpick. So it's always interesting to kind of find what jack in the box you're going to pull out of your valve mechanism. So once this is clean, your dishwasher should drain out. And if there's a lot of water down here, before you get at it, I would recommend using perhaps a dry sponge to remove as much of the pooled water and then running that into your sink, just so you can see exactly what you're doing. So once you've done that, you can reassemble quite easily. Your return valve clips back in with a little bit of pressure to the outer wall. Your filter system will seat and lock into place, matching up 2 arrows down below. And then you can replace your spray arm quite easily as well. Now, while we were looking at the bottom spray arm, we know every single Miele dishwasher has 3 full-size spray arms. So we would also recommend removing the middle basket and clearing out your middle spray arm. How would I do that? So I've just extended the middle basket to its most outward position, and then I would lift it out like you would a drawer in a dresser. I would just lift up the top edge, pull out, and then get the entire middle basket out. Now once I have that, I would turn it over, and then I can, by turning counterclockwise, lefty-loosey, and disengage the middle spray arm. Now the middle spray arm, once free, can be washed under your sink. Again, same way we did with the bottom spray arm.
So same with the sharp toothpick or whatever, clean out the holes that are there.
Yeah, I would use exactly that, a toothpick, a little pipe cleaner perhaps. Mm-hmm. And once you're done that, you would just screw it back into place, make sure it's nice and tight, and once it's back on, I'm just going to screw that into place with the screw. And there's a little handle here that you can use to screw it back in, and once it's nice and tight, your spray arm should be, once it's hanging back on the middle brackets, nice and free flowing. Now the top spray arm, if you have a cutlery tray model dishwasher, how would you get at that? There are 2 clasps on either side of the extension mechanism, and you would just squeeze these together. And Kelly, you mind helping me out on that side? Absolutely. Thank you. So once you get these 2 clasps off the front, you can pull this cutlery tray right off, and then you have access to that top spray arm. Now you can either remove it by pushing up and rotating, or I would just recommend getting at it as best as possible with these baskets up out of the way with the toothpick and the spray arm in place, because it can be tricky to get it back on. All right, So we've showed you how to take it apart. I'm just gonna get it back in. And the spray arm, the cutlery tray can be a little tricky. It's got 2 runners on either side. And once we seat the runners, we can put our locking clasps back in place. Thank you, Kelly.
No problem.
Our cutlery tray is back on. The middle basket goes back on as it came off. 2 runners on either side. And our spray arm is rotating free and clear. All right, so we've just done a pretty good tune-up on our Miele dishwasher. The other thing you want to keep in mind is wiping down your gaskets around the door. So you would use a cloth with maybe a little bit of dish soap again, just to rejuvenate that gasket and clean it. The other thing you want to get at as well is down at the hinges to try to wipe down any materials that have splashed from over time having loaded your dishwasher with heavily soiled items. So you just want to wipe those areas down as well, all along the door. Excuse me. So you don't want to use caustic material or abrasives. You don't want to use a scour pad on the inside of your dishwasher. Just some gentle dish soap, a low amount, because you don't want your dishwasher then to run with that dish soap in it. So those are some quick tips on how to clean the inside of the dishwasher.
And I think, Mike, that's so important, because I think a lot of times we get calls or contact from customers about issues that can actually easily be avoided by ensuring that, the dishwasher gets maintained. Like any other type of machinery, there is maintenance involved. It's not very tedious. It's great that you were able to show us, relatively how simple that actually was to do. But I think that is really preventative. And again, when we talk about sustainability and making sure that things work for a long time, I think those are great, easy tips to have.
Yeah, and you often, from the basically on your own, you're able to save yourself a visit from a service technician,
Right.
and optimize the running efficiency of your dishwasher without having to really reach out and contact anybody. But we are here to assist you, so if you run into any roadblocks, contact us at customer care.
Yep.
We'll guide you through any of the processes that you've seen us attempt and complete here today. And if all else fails, we have
Our service technicians that are able to help you. But again, this video, once it's done, also will be available on our YouTube channel. And if you need to rewatch it there, then you can easily do that as well.
Yeah.
So Mike, well, now we've done some tips and tricks on maintenance, some very basic things to make sure the dishwasher performs optimally. And then on the topic of performance, or do you want to cover off the door first?
I say, because I alluded to it earlier, I'd say we should maybe tackle that.
Sure.
So dishwasher, as we see it here, installed in our experience center, has a toe kick installed down below. That is not the standard toe kick that would come with the dishwasher. You would certainly be able to remove that also. But the toe kick is the panel that covers up the lower plinth of a dishwasher. And so to adjust the tension on the door, like I alluded to earlier, this is something that over time, because it's a spring mechanism, may either have been installed improperly and the door may spring back, or may fall down to the bottom. And you should never have that. With a Miele dishwasher, the door should always remain in the position you leave it in. And so to address that, there are essentially 2 screws at the bottom of your dishwasher. And I'm just going to remove this toe kick from our display here. And I'm just going to show you with a Torx 20 screwdriver. And this can be had at any hardware store and often found in your home toolkit. It's a T20 screw head, 6-pointed screw head. And so you can adjust your door tension. Now at the bottom plinth, you'll notice a screw indicated by an icon that has a spring on it. Now I don't know if you can catch this on the shot, but there's a little spring, and turning to the right will add tension. And there's another one on the right-hand side of the dishwasher as well. And if you turn it to the left, you'll release tension. So more tension equals more snap back, closing, and less, if you turn it to the left, you're gonna release tension from the springs and allow the dishwasher door to come further down. So just keep that in mind. Another thing you can do at home with just a simple tool like a Torx 20 screwdriver.
Perfect. So then on the topic, we'll move on to the topic of performance. So we've maintained the machine to make sure that we're getting the most out of it. It's running properly. In that mix, you've talked about it in previous sessions. One other part is the chemical aspect and what we actually use to clean dishes. What are some tips and tricks you have there? Obviously, we have our Miele Care Collection products that are designed really to provide truly the most optimal performance and efficiency in the dishwasher. Any tips and tricks you have there for our customers in regards to using the Care Collection products?
I would always run your dishwasher with a rinse aid product. Now that could be our Care Collection rinse aid, a really good surfactant, helps with the sheeting off of water at the end of a rinse cycle, but also helps care for your glassware and gives you optimum results with less spotting and etching on your glassware. So definitely use a rinse aid in your Miele dishwasher. The other thing I would recommend is obviously using a good detergent. Our multi-tabs, our ultra tabs as we call them, are chock full of different ingredients that are going to get amazing results from your dishwasher. Obviously designed to run hand in hand with our dishwasher. And from a machine care point of view, also has some additives inside the dishwasher to prevent buildup of grease deposits and lime over time as well. So it's it's not only there to kind of help your dishes look amazing and clean, but also to help your machine last as long as possible. Having said that, and also because it's Earth Day, maybe we should talk about how I dose a dishwasher. Obviously, if you're running a heavily soiled, full load, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 place settings, you would want to run the dishwasher with a full tab. And I'll just show our customers and viewers what that looks like. Now, this tab is water soluble. It is.
We often get that question, Mike, is do I need to peel off the so-called plastic that's surrounding it?
Yeah, the plastic, or it looks like plastic, right. But it's actually an envelope that just kind of holds this together. And it's got 10 active ingredients. There's a little bit of rinse aid in the tab itself. There's a salt replacement to help condition the water in there. There's some active enzymes to help with cleaning. So it's chock full of all the good stuff that you need to get great results. And like I was saying, if I'm running a full load, some people I've seen just throw the dish tab down here. I would never do that. I would always use the dispenser in the door, and here we have one already inside. And obviously close this tab, and then in the main wash, the door will automatically open, the dish tab will fall to the bottom, circulate, and get your amazing cleaning results. Now, if you're running a half load or a third of a load, I would recommend using maybe a set of utility scissors and cutting your tab in half. Now, in our Ultra Tab all-in-one packs, we have 60 tabs, great for 60 loads, but if you're running half loads or 2/3 full, you would maybe, you'll find that you'll get amazing results even when you're using just half a tab. So that's impact on the environment, just on your pocketbook as well. This is a great way to kind of make your dishwasher run even cleaner and less impactful on the environment.
Perfect. But as time is running very quickly, I'm going to turn over to some questions because we do actually have quite a few questions coming in right now. So I'm just going to wait for those questions. So, Mike, Adventure and Fly out there watching. Curious about the differences between the different model lines. So that's something obviously you've covered in other sessions, but maybe we can quickly cover off in this sessions. Do the higher models clean better or last longer, or is it primarily the additional features?
Okay, the way I sum it up, Kelly, when it comes to breaking down our lineup in a quick and concise way, our starting point, classic dishwasher, gets you amazing results. Has good basket systems with good flexibility. Sound emissions, also very good in its class. But as you move up through our lineup from Classic to Classic Plus to Crystal, Dimension Lumen, and then Diamond, what you in essence get from every step up is not a longer lasting product, because all of them are built to last with that 20-year lifespan. But you get more flexibility, more features and benefits that may speak to you. For example, as you move up through our lineup, you pick up the ability to have a salt reservoir that conditions water for people who are on hard water systems. You have auto open drying, which is a great feature that starts in our Crystal model that actually props the door open after a full load to aid in the drying of plastics. So as you go through our lineup, the basket systems also get actually more flexible as you go through the range with more drop downs and stemware supports. And also from an acoustic emissions perspective, they get a little bit quieter, almost imperceptible though, from one range to the next. It's probably when you contrast them, one on the starting end of our spectrum to the top product, that you may notice a little bit of a difference, but they're all going to be very quiet. So I hope I've answered that question.
Yeah, and again, I would go ahead and look at our YouTube channel. Mike actually covered off in one of the first sessions we did on dishwashers, a broad overview of the different lineups. So feel free to go ahead and watch back one of those episodes. We have another question coming in from Lorna. Lorna has a question, so thanks Lorna for watching us live right now. Lorna is using rinse aid, but most glasses come out with dried water spots on rim and underside of wine glasses base. Suggestions? Okay,
so 2 questions, Lorna. I would say, what kind of product are you using? Are you using Miele Care Collection? Maybe you may want to switch out the detergent that you're actually using, and then I'll actually show you kind of how to load your dish glasses. You want to avoid the pooling on your stem when you're washing dishwashers, because the dishwasher itself, if you've loaded your wine glass at an angle, I don't know if I can catch this on camera here, but if you load your wine glass like so, Lorna, where you actually have your stem on a slope, this is going to, in essence, sheet off at the end of the cycle as well. And then dosing on rinse aid is also quite important. So the units, our dishwashers, you can increase the rinse aid dispensation per cycle. So that's a variable that may need to be adjusted up or down, but also loading. If you notice loading like so versus just upright like so, you're gonna get pooling if you do this. And you may not see water here when you pull your glassware out, but you will see that white residue. So it's important that you try to load and promote that sheeting effect. In the middle basket, as you see in this dishwasher here, you can actually promote that sheeting by putting in your middle basket on an angle as well. So this will help with that angle to allow gravity to kind of get that water from pooling in your glassware.
Great tip. And by the way, Lorna did respond to us. She is using Miele detergent. She's using another brand as far as rinse aid itself goes, which technically still should work fine, but I think that's a great tip on the actual placement.
And also dosing. So just keep that in mind, Lorna. You may need to turn up, and that's in the instruction manual in our dishwasher. With a series of button presses, you can actually change the way your dishwasher doses rinse aid.
Perfect. Lorna, hopefully we've answered your question. If not, be sure to continue to leave us comments. We will for sure try to get back to you and hopefully get you the best possible results with your dishwasher. Let's see, we have a question from David V. Do any models still have heating elements in them to ensure 100% drying?
Yeah, so David V, that's a good question. Miele dishwashers, for a long, long time, have not used active heating of the actual dishwasher cavity to dry, and I'll explain why. Number one, it's hugely a drain on energy efficiency, so we do not prescribe to that method of drying. The other effect that you get when you have a heating element in the bottom of your dishwasher is you have to watch what you put in that bottom basket, because you may eventually melt or damage or actually etch. It's not great for your dishes over time as well. Now, the concern may be, well, how does a Miele dishwasher dry? We take other measures that are a little bit more passive, but as effective as the most energy inefficient ways, which is heating element down below. The dishwasher, a Miele dishwasher, will run a final rinse at a really high temperature and then cool itself down really quickly thereafter with a drying phase. Now, the dishwasher has a fan in the bottom plinth of the dishwasher that effectively cools the stainless tub. And then because you've run a final rinse that's really hot, that difference in temperature promotes condensation drying. And so that's how Miele dishwashers dry, if I'm speaking kind of simply here. It's on the principles of condensation, but we're actually actively cooling the stainless steel to attract that warm, damp air off your dishes and pooling down to the bottom and draining that away. Also in our lineup, we spoke earlier about auto open drying, and that happens in crystal and above. And in addition to the steps that I mentioned, our dishwashers then actually at the end of a cycle will prop themselves open to allow relatively cool ambient air into the dishwasher to then take your drying to the final and best step, I would say.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike. Let's try to take one last question due to time. Again, for those of you that have asked questions, we will be sure to get back to you again via the comment section or email. One last question from Lipper 2001. Can the fully integrated ones take a Miele stainless steel panel? Are they the same panels for all fully integrated models?
Okay, so we're standing in front of a fully integrated model, so this kind of works out. As an accessory, you can purchase different panels for Miele dishwashers in the fully integrated lineup. They are virtually all interchangeable. So whatever panel is on our Classic can even be used on the Diamond dishwasher. You just got to make sure that it's a full length panel. The other thing you want to make sure is the toe kick that you're using in your kitchen needs to line up as well. So the height of your panel will be key to getting toe kick integration in your kitchen so that your adjoining cabinets match up with the leading line of the bottom of the dishwasher. Now, our Miele dishwashers come with accessory panels, like I mentioned, with Miele handles to match. And they also come in a number of different lengths to satisfy most needs and are certainly interchangeable.
Perfect. Well, Mike, thanks. It was actually very informative in a very short period of time. I think the tips you gave our customers will really ensure that, it's really any service avoidance, but I think two, it's really to ensure that they're getting the best results ongoing for their dishwashers. So thanks for that. How can they get, we talked about a lot of the care collection products themselves. What's the best way for them to get that today?
So on our Miele shop, it's open 24 hours a day, so you can definitely go on our website, drill down to our consumables page, and pick up any of the products that you see here today. So we have Rinse Aid, Miele Care Collection, our Ultra Tabs in a 60-pack, our salt for dishwashers requiring conditioning of water, and then the dishwasher conditioner and the freshener as well. And of course, with today's offer, we have until 1:30 Eastern. No, 2:30 Eastern. Till 2:30 Eastern, you're able to check out with the promotional code that we see here on this tag. And so for a limited time only, you can avail yourselves to an additional 10% off of any of our Care Collection dish product. And of course, we have already on at the time being, for the time being, we also have free delivery as well. So take advantage of that, try the product out. I can assure you that there's probably nothing better on the market to be running in your dishwasher, and with the savings here, probably worth it.
Yeah, and again, that's for you viewers that are out there, this code is exclusive for you for the next hour until 2:30 Eastern. It gives you an additional 10% over the current promotion that's actually already running. As Mike said, there is free shipping on all purchases right now on Miele.ca for care collection products, as we want to make it as easy as possible for you at home. Mike, before we wrap up for this session, there was some questions about actually the dishwashers themselves. Do you maybe want to just cover off what promotions we have right now
Okay.
for customers actually in the market to buy a dishwasher right now?
Okay, I'll go through those quickly until April the 30th. So we're April 2-1?
2-2?
2-2?
2-2.
Losing track of the days. So up until April 30th, we have a Peace of Mind promotion ongoing with all our domestic dishwashers. So let's start with what that includes. In our classic dishwashers, we have a starting price point of $999. And basically, as you move through our lineup, you can take advantage of the price off promotion. So that's anywhere between $349 off or $200, depending on which series of dishwasher you pick up. So there's price off. In addition to this, again, up until April the 30th, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee on all of our dishwashers. So you can get the dishwasher in your home, and if you don't like the dishwasher for whatever reason, you can contact us and we'll come in, pick it up with basically no strings attached and no worries, and we'll refund obviously your money. So there's that. So from a peace of mind perspective, if you've always wanted to try a Miele dishwasher, there's really no risk. In addition to that peace of mind or try at home assurance, we're giving you a free 5-year warranty. So that is parts and labor in-home, underwritten by Miele Canada. You have a 5-year warranty from the date it's delivered or installed in your home. You get 5 years of basically bumper-to-bumper coverage. In addition to this, you also have free delivery anywhere in Canada. You're saving on the delivery fee of the dishwasher. So in essence, there's a gamut of offers on, all pointing in the direction to get a Miele into your home. In addition to all of this, if that wasn't enough, for Ontario residents, we also have an Energy Star rated appliance rebate through the federal government for Ontario residents only. So if you live in Ontario and you need a dishwasher, you can tap into all the offers that I've just mentioned. In addition to that, take advantage of the ESR rebate. And that ranges from anywhere, I believe in our classic models at $224 up to $325 in our crystal and above, I believe. So just watch out for that. That's an additional savings that you'll be able to tap into that makes the call to action here one that cannot be ignored.
Perfect. Well, that was a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. So be sure to visit Miele.ca for all those details. But it is great opportunity to take advantage of that. So as we wrap up and want to say thank you again for joining us, many of you have questions right now on what services Miele is offering given our current conditions we're all living through right now. So first of all, for those that require support, if you're an existing customer, there's different ways to do that. First is the Miele live streams. We're running these live streams right now 2 times a week with multiple sessions per day. We're covering a vast variety of topics, and we're developing the sessions also based on your feedback. So if you have those, be sure to send those to us. Our contact center, our Canadian contact center, is fully operational. They can be, hours of operation are located on Miele.ca. You can also give us a call, or even better way, and you'll get a quicker response, is fill out the contact us form on Miele.ca and a customer service representative will get back to you. On a technical service side, Miele service technicians are available and operational across the country. We obviously do have some revised guidelines for the safety of you, our customers, as well as our own team here. Again, visit miele.ca for all those details. For those of you that are interested in buying products, you've asked the question, how can I buy? So Mike mentioned, easiest place right now, miele.ca, the shop. It's open 24/7. All the Care Collection products, including our vacuum cleaners, countertop coffee machines, have free shipping on it right now, making it easier for you. If you are interested in buying a major domestic appliance, a dishwasher, laundry, cooking products, our delivery and installation teams, those are Miele delivery and installation teams, are also fully operational, servicing across Canada. Again, visit miele.ca for those revised guidelines. You can also book a personal telephone product consultation. If you are thinking about buying, you just have a couple more questions, one of our product experts will be able to answer any of those final questions you have. They can actually also take the order over the telephone with you. Starting next week, and visit miele.ca for the latest details, we're going to offer our latest feature or service to help you if you're in the market for buying an appliance, is our real-time live virtual sales consultation. You would book that appointment on miele.ca, and actually you will be able to face-to-face in front of our products talk to a sales consultant to service you. So again, that service will launch later next week, so be sure to register on miele.ca if you're interested to find out more about that. Again, on behalf of Mike, the Miele team, we want to thank you for joining us this afternoon. Be sure to tune in. We have a session going on at 3 o'clock looking at vacuum cleaners, and then at 5 o'clock we have a live cooking demonstration on things that you never thought you could steam. So be sure to tune in for that. Before we sign off, again, happy Earth Day. Do one little thing to help the environment, and if we all do that, it'll make the world a better place. We also want to sincerely thank all of the frontline essential workers that are out there right now servicing all of us, making groceries possible, transportation possible, all the medical professionals that are out there ensuring the safety and medical assistance needed by Canadians right now. A sincere thank you on behalf of Miele Canada and the Miele team. We hope you have a wonderful day. We hope to see you at our next session again. Thanks, and good afternoon.